Welcome to Audiobook 365 Stories.
I remember the beginning very clearly. It felt like going up and down like a seesaw. Sometimes I felt good, and sometimes I felt bad. After saying yes to his request in the city, I had some very bad days. I started to feel unsure again. I even felt I had made a mistake. In this worried state, I spent many long hours in a coach, a kind of old carriage. The coach bumped and moved from side to side. It took me to the place where someone from the house would come to meet me. I was told that a vehicle would be sent for me. And yes, at the end of that June afternoon, I found a big, comfortable carriage waiting for me. We started driving. The weather was lovely, and the countryside was beautiful. The warm summer day felt like it was welcoming me. My courage came back. As we turned into the long road to the house, I felt better. I think I had expected something sad or scary, so when I saw the place, I was happily surprised. I remember how nice the house looked. It had a wide front, with open windows and clean curtains. Two maids were looking out. I saw the green lawn, the bright flowers, and I heard the sound of the wheels on the gravel. In the sky, birds flew around the tops of the trees and made loud calls. The place looked big and special. It was very different from my small home. At the door, a kind woman came out with a little girl. She gave me a polite curtsy, like I was someone important. Before this, in Harley Street, I had thought the house would be smaller. Now I thought the man who hired me must be a real gentleman. It felt like he had given me more than he had promised. I felt happy all evening. I didn't feel sad again until the next day. I was very happy to meet the younger child I was going to teach. The little girl with Mrs. Groves looked so sweet and lovely. I felt lucky to work with her. She was the most beautiful child I had ever seen. Later, I wondered why my boss didn't tell me more about her. That night, I didn't sleep much. I was too excited. I remember feeling surprised by how well I was treated. My room was large and beautiful. It was one of the best rooms in the house. The bed was big and elegant. The curtains were thick and decorated. The mirrors were tall, and I could see my whole body in them. Everything in the room was beautiful, just like the little girl. It all felt like a special gift. Also, from the first moment, I got along well with Mrs. Groves. While riding in the coach, I had worried about our relationship, but it went very well. The only strange thing was that she seemed too happy to see me. She was a big, simple, clean woman, and she tried to hide how glad she was. I wondered even then, why did she not want to show her feelings? If I had thought about it too much, it might have made me feel worried. But I felt calm knowing there was nothing to worry about when I thought of my sweet little girl. The picture of her lovely face made me feel happy. I think it was because of her beauty that I felt restless that night. Before morning came, I got out of bed a few times and walked around my room. I wanted to look at everything and enjoy the view. I looked out of the window at the soft, early morning light. I looked at the parts of the house I could see. I listened carefully because in the quiet, I thought I heard something. At one moment, I thought I heard a child crying softly, far away. Another time, I thought I heard someone walking past my door, just a light step. But these sounds were not very clear. So I told myself they were just my imagination. Now I only remember them because of things that happened later. Watching, teaching, and helping little Flora felt like a happy and important job. We had agreed downstairs that from now on, Flora would sleep in my room. Her small white bed was already ready for her. I had agreed to take care of her completely. She had stayed with Mrs. Groves that night only because I was new to the house and Flora was a little shy. Even though she was shy, Flora was very open and brave about it. She let us talk about her shyness without feeling bad. She looked peaceful and sweet, like one of the holy babies in Raphael's paintings. I was sure she would like me soon. I also liked Mrs. Groves more and more. I could see she was happy that I liked Flora so much. We had supper together with 4 tall candles on the table. Flora sat in a high chair with a bib, smiling at me across the table while eating her bread and milk. Some things we couldn't say out loud in front of Flora, so we just smiled at each other and gave little hints with our eyes. I asked Mrs. Groves, "And the little boy, does he look like Flora? Is he also very special?" We didn't want to say too many nice things in front of the child, but she said, "Oh, miss, he's very special. If you like this one," she smiled at Flora, who looked at both of us with her calm, happy eyes, not stopping us from talking. "Yes, if I like her?" I asked. "You will love the little gentleman," she said. "Well," I replied, "I think that's why I came here, to be amazed by them." Then I added, "But I think I get amazed too easily." I was amazed in London too. I can still see Mrs. Groves's big, kind face when she heard that. "In Harley Street?" she asked. "Yes, in Harley Street." She smiled and said, "Well, miss, you're not the first, and you won't be the last." "Oh, I don't think I'm the only one," I said with a laugh. "My other student, I believe, is coming back tomorrow?" "Not tomorrow, Friday, miss," said Mrs. Groves. "He will arrive by the coach, just like you did, with the guard taking care of him. The same carriage will meet him." Right away, I said that the right and friendly thing to do would be for me to be there to meet him with his little sister. Mrs. Groves liked this idea very much. She agreed so warmly that I felt comforted. I believed we would always agree on everything. Oh, she was truly happy that I had come. What I felt the next day wasn't really sadness after my happy arrival. It was just a small, heavy feeling from understanding more of the size of my new life. As I walked around and looked at everything, I saw how big and serious it all was. I hadn't expected it to be so much. I felt a little scared again, but also a little proud. Because of these feelings, we didn't start lessons right away. I thought my first job was to help the child feel safe with me. I tried to be as kind and gentle as I could. I spent the whole day with her outside. She was very happy when we decided that she would be the one to show me everything. She showed me everything, step by step, room by room, secret by secret. She talked in a funny and sweet way, as only a child can. After just half an hour, we were great friends. Even though she was very young, I noticed her bravery and confidence during our little tour. In empty rooms and dark hallways, on old staircases that made me stop, and even at the top of an old square tower that made me feel dizzy, she walked without fear. She kept talking, telling me many things without asking many questions. Her voice sounded like music and made me want to keep going. I haven't seen Bly since the day I left. Maybe now, with older eyes, I would think it looks small. But at that time, as she danced in front of me, her golden hair shining, her blue dress moving, I felt like I was in a magical castle. It felt like she was a fairy, and I was inside a fairy tale better than any storybook. Wasn't it just like a dream from a storybook? No, it was a big, old, and sometimes ugly house. But it was also useful. Some parts of it were even older and had been partly replaced and reused. I imagined that we were like a small group of people lost inside a huge, floating ship. And strangely, I was the one guiding the ship.